Hey guys, welcome back on my channel Cyberoak. This time I'm back with another video, but the topic is going to be slightly different. This time I'm going to tell you how you can secure your home network. This is the video for the folks who are worried about the internet safety for their kids and family. So if you are the one who are worried about potential exposure to adult content and site for your kids and family and you want to avoid it, then this is the video for you. And I'm going to start a demo where exactly I'll tell you step by step how you can configure some setting. It won't take more than 5 minutes on your router and you can have peaceful night. Thanks guys. Okay, let's get started. So let me make sure that you can see my screen. I'm on my screen. Let me do the slide show so you can see it clearly. Again, this is not going to be theoretical. This is going to be a practical demo where exactly you can follow by yourself. But before that, I have to give you some background. So why you should even care about securing your home network? Because family safety. If you have the kids at home, you want to make sure that those are not getting exposed to the unwanted content, any adult site, and anything which might even harm your personal devices or their the psychology, right? So for that, we need to make sure that our home network is completely safe and our kids are protected from these online sites. So that's why it is important. Basic router security tips I'm not only going to give you but show you how you can configure by yourself. First thing first, if you have the router, you know that you can configure your router by yourself. You can access the admin console, but if you don't know, I'm going to show you how you can access it, right? So first thing first, when you open your router console, you need to make sure that you are changing the default credentials, because having like same username and password, admin, it is going to be very easy for anyone who can log in your router and can change any kind of configuration and can do the lot of things which you have no idea at all. I mean, it could be quite dangerous as well. Then when you are configuring the router, you need to make sure that you are using the latest encryptions. For now, just understand, having the strong encryptions make it harder for an attacker, for your neighbor, for anybody to see the traffic or to avoid the kind of the man-in-middle attacks, right? And then disable WPS setting. This setting generally is coming in the latest router where if you enable these settings, you can just in the tap of click, you can add the new device to your home network. So it is advisable you keep it disabled unless you have like very good use case or business justification. The last thing, it is optional. You can even, once you are sure that you know your home network, SSID, your devices are connected, you can make it the hide. So it won't appear into the Wi-Fi list when somebody searches for the network, right? And most important in this demo, I'm going to show you how you can block the adult sites on your home network. So when your kids or anybody is browsing the internet, the site will not work completely at all, right? For that, we are going to use the OpenDNS, which is maintained by the Cisco. If you haven't heard about the Cisco is the one of the best networking equipment providing company, network security company. So they maintain this OpenDNS, okay? And we are going to set up it directly in your home router. I'm going to do a demo to show you, and you can follow the same thing for your router as well, okay? And we are going to do this configuration at the router level, which means it works for all the devices which will get connected to this router. Okay, with that, I'm going to jump into demo. In the demo, let me set up the expectation. I'm going to show you how to change the DNS setting in your router and configure the OpenDNS so that it will block the explicit content which will enable the safe browsing for your home network. Okay, we are going to use the these two DNS server which are highlighted in a different color. These are again OpenDNS. Okay, so I'll show you in the live demo. That's all for the theoretical, but let me show you. If you don't know at all how to access your router, okay, um, so let me show you. I have already opened so that we don't make this video quite big. So if you see here, you can generally when you configure the router, it is going to be a default gateway or this IP most of the times. But if you are not aware, you can just Google your router model name and say, how do I access the admin console? And they will tell you exactly. Once you hit that, you will see the admin console will open up, right? And then you need to log in into this. So what I mean by when I was giving you the recommendation, what I mean is that do not have the default credentials, because default credentials is published on the router documentation, and they will tell you that, hey, this is the username and this is the password, so anybody can log in. But this is what I was talking about. You need to change your default credentials. So in this case, I have already changed. So let me log in. If I can recall. Yeah, so I'm logged in, and first thing, it will show you the network map. Okay, this is the my Wi-Fi name, this is my password, and I have the latest the router, which is the mesh. So I have the one router for my bedroom, one for the hall, so it doesn't have the connectivity. Then you can see the advanced settings. In the advanced settings, you can see this configuration we are going to change is primary DNS, secondary DNS. Right now it is default, which means whatever ISP I'm using, right? So their IP becomes DNS for me, which allows everything, doesn't block anything, right? And then secondary DNS is the Google DNS, which is again open source DNS. This also doesn't give you any flexibility to block any specific site. So one thing you see here that I can't do much things over here, right? I can just upgrade my firmware, which is very important. You should keep your router up to date with the latest log. And then you can see the logs, time setting. You can reboot from here, a lot of things. But in my case, my router specifically is moving from this web-based interface to the app. So I'm using the TP-Link, you can see here. So it is mostly supported with the app. So I have already downloaded the app on my phone. So we are going to change the setting from the app on my phone. I'll show you the live demo. Okay, but before that, I want you to know that don't worry about it. That it does not mean that you also have to do it only from the apps. Based on your router model, Google it. You can do from here itself, from the admin console, most of the configuration. However, this is not the case for me, but it could be the case for you. So don't even worry about it. Just ask simple question Google or ChatGPT. They will tell you how to change the DNS settings, right? And before that, I want you to show that how even this is going to work. Okay, so I'm going to open a new incognito window and show you one of the example of the adult site, right? So you are aware. Okay, let me open the different profile, and you see this is the site. If I hit it here, this is working. And obviously as a parent, you want to make sure that your kids or anybody in your family is not getting exposed to these kind of sites. This is just one example. I'm talking about any adult content which is more than 18 year, which are not supposed to access, that can be blocked, right? So let me close it and show you that after changing our configuration, how it would work. For now, just remember that right now our DNS is the default one, which is the IP DNS, the ISP DNS, and the secondary DNS is the Google DNS. So we are exactly going to change this configuration. Okay. With that, let's move to the demo on the app. How am I going to change the DNS setting? Thanks guys. Let me move to the another screen, and I'm going to pause the recording for this because it takes few minutes. After you change the DNS settings, it needs to be reapplied. Sometimes you need to reboot device. Sometimes you need to reboot the router based on your model. Okay, so let's get into the setting change and show you how you can protect your family and kids from these sites. Thank you. Okay, I hope you can see the phone screen. On my phone screen, right now you see the app list. Like I told you, I'm using the TP-Link router at my home. For that, the app which comes for this is the Deco, which is here. I just open this app, and when I open it, the home screen is like this. How many router I have, and how many devices are connected to this. And after that, we go to the more settings, and there are a lot of settings here. You can just enable those encryption and default username and password, all that. But right now we are interested into the internet connection. In the internet connections, right now you can see the primary DNS is my ISP, like I showed you in the web interface as well. Okay, and the secondary IP is the Google DNS. So this is what we need to change. So I go to the internet setting, and then I go to DNS settings, which is currently set to auto, which is like default setting. So what we are going to do is we are going to make it manual, and we are going to confirm. If you remember the IP address which I showed you on the slide, the OpenDNS primary DNS from the Cisco. So I'm going to configure that one. So the first one is 208 dot 67 dot 222 and dot 123. That's going to be the primary DNS. Let me configure the secondary. So what is the difference? When the primary is not responsive, the resolution request will go to the secondary. That's why we need the secondary. Okay, so let me configure the secondary. 208 dot 67 dot 220 and dot 123, and let me cross check if everything is right. 208 67 222 dot 123 looks good. 208 67 220 dot 123 looks good. Let me say done, and after that let me save this configuration. Once it gets saved, it might take few seconds, and then we go back, and after going back, I'm going to see the configuration. It looks like still it's showing the old one for some reason. Let's go back and see. And yeah, so after going to the main screen, I came back. It looks like DNS setting has been changed. Now you see the DNS server is the OpenDNS, which I recommended you to configure. So it looks like everything is all set. I'll switch over from my phone screen to the laptop screen to show you exactly that site will not work anymore. So let me switch over to my laptop screen. Okay, I'm back to my laptop. On my laptop, first thing I want to show you the router, the admin console. So I'm logged in, and if you can see that DNS setting has been changed, it is reflecting now OpenDNS configuration. So which means our site should not work. And let us try if same site, what does it say? So you see, it can't be open. The reason is DNS, but you will see the different error messages based on the site. If I try in Chrome, you see in the Chrome, it is clearly telling us that Cisco umbrella, this site is blocked due to content filtering. This is what exactly the point I have been trying to make in this video. Okay, so we have proved it, how a simple setting, how a 5 minutes of time can protect your kids, your family, getting exposed to the malicious and unwanted content. I hope this has been very informative for you. If you have, if you think that this content was helpful, then I would really appreciate if you can subscribe and like the video. Thanks, guys, and see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.